Alright, I think it started. Yeah, 36 seconds. 0 viewers. And I think the chat is on. We got 1 viewer. All right, let's go for a walk. Yeah, so this is a bit of a change from normal setup. So I tried to go live in the usual setup tonight, but NVIDIA drivers prevented that from happening. I guess they somehow uninstalled themselves. Orthoplex 64, how's it going? So yeah, we'll just go for a walk tonight. Test out the technology. I have it available. So we're in Kitchener, downtown Kitchener right now, just by the City Hall. All right, we got 3 viewers. Quality should be good. Stomp lights are blue up there. Another green. I guess it's kind of odd. Must just be the light settings or something, or it's some kind of auto white balance. It's not working. Here comes a bus. Oh, get this one. Let's try this one. So yeah, updates for today. Today I added the social links to the Shopify store. I submitted the my second appeal to the misleading was it misleading ads or whatever for the Google Merchant Center system. Kind of dark in there. I'll go this way. Oh, hope it doesn't rain on me again. entering Victoria Park. Data warning. Does it say? Oh yeah, I think I have this on the highest quality setting, so it's using tons of data, but I'm paying for tons of data, so shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, so the appeal has been sent in for the Google Merchant Center. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, for status on the script, I'm going to declare it's 100% done for the next video. So tomorrow I'll start doing some filming. Nice to see you're all right. Yeah, I tried to do the usual stream tonight, but I spent like a half an hour trying to get NVIDIA drivers installed. This is like the third or fourth time where I thought, oh, I'll just press the button, turn on the stream, and then it doesn't work because I just leave the auto update on and NVIDIA drivers just uninstall themselves. See, what do we got? We got seven viewers. It's getting cold out. Let's see. So it's been I played around with this streaming in Streamlabs app a few months ago, but I think they've updated it many times since then. So I may have to relearn the UI. Oh wow, a bunch of chats. Parks in my city close at sundown. Must be nice to be able to go at night. Interesting. They close? Yeah, I don't know. I guess technically they might be technically closed. I think I've seen that in some places. The sign says like the parks close at night or something, but hopefully I don't get arrested for being in the park. Unauthorized park walking. Better quality. We pretty much saw nothing last time. What do you mean by last time? Like last time I did the mobile streaming? There was one time, well, there was a couple times when I was streaming like basically in the woods, and there was an area, I guess I was in an area with really poor cell reception. That was, I guess, like 6 months ago. So, all dark. Yeah, I walked through a really dark area there. I came at the perfect time. It was kind of starting to pour rain as I walked down here. But it's totally cleared up, and it's pretty nice out. That's a nice picture. Oh, wow, we got set 17. We're famous. Let's see, did the chat get stuck? Oh, the chat is stuck. Rustic, rainy nights. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is kind of nice to have a break from sitting at the computer. Headphones creating surround sound effect. Yeah, my car is behind me. Yep, the street is just over there. Yeah, I mean, the tech of modern phones is pretty amazing. This would be a pretty sweet setup to stream with if I had some interesting content that I could do. Good environment for focus and problem solving. Kind of. It's I don't know. It's late at night, and it's like if you walk into any corner, there's like groups of people. I don't think it's dangerous, but it's there's like groups of random people, you know, probably drinking and all sorts of stuff. I don't think I'd want to come out here and like lose awareness of my surroundings. Laptop and umbrella all set. Maybe I could do I mean, I have the tech. I could do maybe in the winter I'll do an outdoor programming in a snowstorm or something. All you would need is an e-bike and self-defense gear. Yeah, that's what I need. Self-defense gear, though, I think is illegal in Canada. The police advise us to leave our keys by the door, so that way criminals don't have to come all the way in. Yep. JB said it. Self-defense not allowed. Remember walking? I'm in Canada as well as Ottawa. Before the pandemic at night. Used to be super safe. Nowadays, good luck. Yeah, it's I don't know. I've been reflecting on like do I feel safe, or like is it safe to be around? And I almost feel like it's like there's definitely a lot of people. There's like shadier people walking around, but it almost seems like a party atmosphere or something, or it's like not really a happy party atmosphere, but like a sad party atmosphere. I think there's a lot more people that I encounter that just seem to be like kind of just like bums and stuff like that. Like they're not really to look at them, they don't look particularly great, but I think the dangerous ones have kind of been, you know, separated from society. But I don't know, it's difficult to extrapolate. I mean, it's also even hard to assess. Yeah, I don't know. It's when I look at the news, like I was doing this the other day, looking at the news, and I was looking for news about like something random and I know so I just searched for like Kitchener news, and the news that they had was like on the main page. They had something about like Wellington. There's a car accident way over in Wellington. They didn't really have much Kitchener news. It almost seemed like the stuff that was on the front page was designed to just distract you. Like there was this thing about like watch this grain silo fall down or something. Yeah, the quality of mainstream news has gone down. Waterloo safer than LA. Cornell is just a bike. Baton and taser. Yeah, hopefully I don't need a taser. That's how it is. East Coast US. Homelessness has skyrocketed in Canada last few years. It has. First time I'm catching the stream. Nice walk, by the way. Thank you. This is different from my normal stream of programming. My local news is whitewashed, so the houses stay inflated. Yeah, it's I've in my like you know, having to become involved with local issues and having like you know, observed the local news a bit more closely, I've come to the conclusion it's not necessarily like, I do think there is kind of a manipulation game, but I think that's not the whole picture. I think another thing is like news is also like it's not as prestigious anymore. Like not many people want, like think about how many young people today dream of being a news anchor. Like that was something that, you know, as a young person you would aspire to be like the weather person or something, or a news anchor or something. That was a prestigious job. But today people want to be, you know, a YouTuber, influencer, or whatever. And I think that has so that the talent for news and journalism has gone to, you know, having your own platform. And so the mainstream media, I think, is having a really hard time finding the people to actually do the work. Watching a grain silo fall down is pretty sweet, though. Yeah, a lot of them, I've seen that quite a few times when I go. I mean, test this theory out on your own local news. Just go and see if there's, on the front page, if they have like the latest viral videos and stuff. And some of them are like, they are like pretty cool. It's like, wow, this crazy thing happens. Like the type of stuff that's trending on YouTube homepage, where you're like, you go there for one purpose. You're like, okay, I'm not going to click on anything else. I'm going to find this thing I'm looking for. And then you find the grain silo falling down. And you're like, wow, that's so cool. I have to click on that. And that's why they put it on there. So you don't click on the real news. I just switched my major from English to CS because the economy. I was an English major. I learned so much about news cycle, sensationalism, etc. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world. Everything is more complicated than you think it is. Well, at least the park's not busy at this time of day. And hand's getting tired. Let's see, what does that look like? I don't know if, I can't see it super well. Love writing too, or ashamed. Head of liberal arts. Really enjoy machine learning, so not the worst pivot. Gonna catch a coding stream soon. Yeah, I've been doing, if you check my channel, there's 179 of them before this one. I plan to like finish the next release of my block mining game and then celebrate with a walk, but I guess made sense to just do that tonight. I couldn't get the computer working. Yeah, I think it's a kind of a tragedy that maybe people are not going to be able to monetize stuff like English and writing, because if there's no economic incentive, then nobody's going to want to create that stuff. And so we're just going to have like recycled garbage from ChatGPT. Oh, it's dark. Can't see anything. It's kind of annoying that my camera is capable. It has good night vision, like you can see well in the night, but it's not auto adjust when I'm in the Streamlabs app. I'll have to check the settings. They updated this app, and I think they added a bunch more settings. I think I did a bunch of testing with the audio too, to see if it could run with an external preamp. Maybe they added support for that again. Which way do I want to go? I guess we'll go this way. My major was BA in dumpster diving. I switched to electrical engineering. That's a pretty interesting degree, dumpster diving. You can find a lot of treasure in the dumpster. The yellow feet on the ground from the pandemic? Probably. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, in thousands of years, people will dig up this path. Archaeologists will look at it and be like, why were these feet here? And it'll puzzle them. They'll never be able to figure it out. A semi-professional musician as well. Still make music. There's absolutely no way to make a living in the arts. Even had endorsements, so I'm not complaining. It's a good lesson to learn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, things are rough. It's difficult in every domain now. I mean, at least I think in arts, there also is with all this like AI generated garbage, ultimately people want like actual human connection. So even if you're like a terrible artist and everything you do can be done by ChatGPT, people will kind of just fund a human just for the sake of it. Because I guarantee you, like if you A/B tested two pieces of art that are literally identical, if you guarantee one is produced by a human, people will buy it more just because it is human. But whether that effect is significant enough to really make a lot of money, I don't know. Some ducks over there. There's a metal canoe decoration over there. That gets extremely hot on days when the weather is warm. Let's see, we got, where's the stream stats? Can't see how many people are, oh, there it is, 11. We've been streaming for 27 minutes. I think when I tested, I had, it was about an hour and a half or so of time. And the limiting factor was battery life. Somebody beeped at you. Looks like there are more leaves in these yards in that park. Yep, we're in the height of fall right now. It's quite pretty in the daytime now. Haven't been watching, listening. Are no people around at this hour over there? No sidewalks? There's one right there. There's a couple of people around. I'm trying to avoid most of them. It says, "Hey Robert, touching grass." Yeah, I tried to do the usual setup, but NVIDIA driver problems again. This is like the third time I've tried to do a stream, and I press the button to go live, and it's like, try installing NVIDIA drivers, and I tried for 30 minutes, and I couldn't get them installed. So I decided it's time to go for a walk. There's one of those nice libraries, and it'd be nice to own a home and live in a neighborhood like that. Nice little box library. Are the sidewalks all tiny over there? I don't know, I guess. That's a typical sidewalk. Not exactly walking outside weather. Looks cold and wet. Yeah, it's not the most pleasant, but it's nice to. It's aesthetically nice. Thought it might be a hardware issue. I've been doing the exact same setup every day for the past 180 days, so it shouldn't. I enable auto updates, and I think it just did the auto update. I tried to, have to get a update and stuff, and I looked at some tutorials for like installing even more drivers, but I think when I went to install it, it said there was a bunch of errors I hadn't seen before. There was at least one time before. I think the last time it broke, it was due to an auto update, and it said installed. When it was installing, it said there was no metadata, so like skipping package or whatever. And then I think the next day, when I went to install it, it auto updated again, and the next auto update fixed it. So my guess is they probably I don't know, it might be the same auto update problem as last time. So maybe it'll presumably they maybe broke it for like everybody, and then so maybe there's like tons of people on forums right now complaining about it. thought you decided to do a 180 on day 180. I think the title, sometimes when I'm on mobile, if I set the stream title to something, it just ignores it. So I think the title of this stream is like, it's consistent. I think it should be the racing funds until, day 180. But it might have reverted to something. I think the default is like, Robert Elder is live now. Google AI account 1 says, nice. Raising funds for world domination, day 180. Excellent. It's I mean, I put a lot of effort into being consistent, and when the technology makes that impossible, it's pretty annoying. Even if streaming itself is kind of a waste of time, it's still kind of it's like a neat keepsake memory. Didn't you get scared off auto updates after recent supply chain attack worm? That's why I'm on Ubuntu. I assume the thing is, it's you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Because if I don't auto update, then I'll forget and I'll get way behind. So like security updates and stuff. I think I have auto updates for security updates. Or I think that's what I have. I don't know, maybe I enabled more than that, but I want auto updates of security updates. Because if someone else thinks I should update for a security update, then I probably should try that one. But if it's a supply chain attack in a security update and like a major distribution, then like what do I do? There's no option to be safe. Help for motivation 2. Seeing you code daily reminds me I need to go back to school. Oh, that's good. Someone gets something out of it. Although I'm not coding today. I tried to code really hard. I guess tomorrow I'll probably take a bit more time to screw around with it. Or hopefully tomorrow I turn it on and it just auto updates and it works. Raising funds for world domination. Oh, $9.99. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I also way back when I first installed this, I added like it's supposed to come up with like a thing. It's like some big the pop-ups that say like so-and-so donated this with a big icon, but I guess it doesn't do that. I'll have to go in and I think when I first tried to enable that, it kept coming up with the errors and stuff. But anyway, thank you very much. I'll put that toward the World Domination Fund. Very, very subtly novel, interesting, comforting, and entertaining. Excellent. Delayed security updates by 3 to 4 days. Pending third-party reviews. Review audit. That's a lot of work. Like what do I do? Like if I had more resources, if I had like tons of money. You know, I could being safe and secure like requires massive amounts of money. And I don't have that. I'd buy tons of firewalls and, you know, it'd be fun to play around with that stuff, but you gotta be rich. Game's gotten very derailed. Oh, you mean with the outdoor stream? Yeah, I couldn't stream tonight because the NVIDIA updates. You know, it's kind of funny. NVIDIA is like, aren't they actually the most valuable company in the world now? They're literally the most valuable company in the world, but they still can't make drivers that work. If any of you guys saw my How I Became Dangerous video, that's the bench that I filmed it on, right over there. The bench at the end of the video, where I've got the mask on. World Domination Lob is expensive. It is. Somebody's got to have a solution for the update relay server. It's like the World War II Japanese soldier that was still fighting into the 70s. I still randomly use old laptops. I try to visit sites. It's like 1969. Game Dev Chad says, what's going on? Tonight, NVIDIA driver update broke. I spent about a half an hour trying to fix it. So it had been on my to-do list. I wanted to go for a walk. I was planning to maybe finish the next milestone and then celebrate by doing maybe some walking streams. But I was forced to because it doesn't work. So I'll have to mess around with it tomorrow. Awesome, we're outside. Yep. Someone's light is flickering up there. There's a lot of dark in that building. I wonder if that means a lot of those places are not sold. They're investor owned. What's it smell like? Heard it smells like cold. I would not say that it smells cold. IRL stream. Yep. What are we doing? Going anywhere? Tonight, NVIDIA auto update broke my drivers. So I tried for half an hour to get NVIDIA drivers working, and they're broke solid. So we have to do an IRL stream. They've been tearing down failed empty high-rises like that in China. Yeah, I think in China, some of them are like pretty awful quality too. Video looks great. Yep, it better look great. I'm paying super expensive data costs for it. Let's test the color accuracy of my, I guess it's not, it's getting reflections. There you go. Now you can verify the color accuracy. Your voice sounds so different. Yep. It's probably higher. Yeah, the frequency response of the microphone is going to be physically smaller, so it makes it. I guess if I talk a lot quieter, really close to the camera, maybe it sounds a bit more like the other stream. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and listen to this. All right, back to normal talking. He's playing Pokemon Go. I never played that actually. Where'd you read my mind? Even close, you sound different. Yeah, a different microphone makes a big difference. Yep, the illusion is broken. Now I'm gonna lose all my subscribers because my voice sounds terrible. I'd say probably, yeah, I would say the frequency, what you hear on this is probably closer to what it's like in person. Although I guess it's, I think it's mainly just because I'm talking at a higher volume. Are you using a gimbal or just your hand? I bought this little like piece of metal. I think when I was doing the live streaming in the woods series, I had like a tripod thing, and that was pretty heavy. Actually, this thing, I kind of need, it works okay. It's a piece of metal. And actually, it's pretty cold. It's kind of hard to grip because I just realized it's too small. And it's kind of hurting my hand. What time is it there? It's probably just before midnight, I guess. Oh, it's 11:55. Elevated heart rate causes people to sound higher pitch versus when they're resting at home. I believe you're the same person with a 78% confidence rating. That's an okay percent confidence rating. It's not that confident though. That explains why there's no one around. Yeah, it's also it was like kind of almost pouring rain before. There's lots of people celebrating Diwali though. I think this Robert is just regular Robert. The one at home is the leader of Axel Heiberg. I think they're one and the same. Let's go get a picture of this blue smokestack over here. Where do you think the money for world domination is going? Obviously, maintaining clones. I don't have that much funding yet. That'll come later. Let's see, is this one where I have to press it? Nope, I don't think so. There we go. Now we can legally walk across the street. Why they did Diwali celebrations a few weeks ago in my city. I don't know. I mean, I googled it. I heard the fireworks. I was like, what is that? It must be. Is it Diwali? And I googled it, and it said it was exactly the current day. I assume it's the same everywhere. I think it's it takes place over like a week or something. But I don't know. I guess I remember when I was a kid, they used to. I remember there were certain towns. Actually, I think I kind of lived between like two towns, and I think I remember one year when I was growing up, they like agreed to standardize Halloween as like being a different night for each city, so I was able to go trick-or-treating twice. Fun fact, those beeping crosswalk machines are an Australian invention. Nice. And I think one of Billie Eilish's songs uses those as a sample. You can tell he must use Linux. He didn't chmod 777 the street. I don't own it. That would be illegal. Sample the machines in Sydney. I guess you know the lore even more than I do. GG says, wait, he's outside? I had to. Stupid NVIDIA drivers. Again. Look at that. If I'm not mistaken, that smokestack was like, this used to be, this is right by the Communitech hub in Kitchener. And that's Deloitte's office. So you got all the startups right here. And then the investors invest in those startups. And then they walk across the street and they spend all their money at Deloitte for accounting services. Area is pretty, yeah, it is. The this time of year, especially. So there you go. That's what it looks like. I think I remember someone telling me that it was this was for like ball bearing manufacturing. They would like drop molten steel at the top and then it would fall down and like form into perfect circular beads or something. I don't know if that was a made up thing or. I heard NVIDIA make more money than the worldwide pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, you would think that if they made so much money, they could at least make their drivers work so that I wouldn't have to come outside and stream all the time. Very blue. Yeah, it is. It's like it's almost like a fluorescent color. Let's see how much battery we got. Personally, I'm glad your driver's broke. I love viral streaming. Yeah, it's been on my to-do list to get out for a while. Wow, there's colors down there. I think that's like a parking garage or something. Yeah, I think that's that way down. Those like vertical colored, multicolored lights. I think you can kind of see that. It's like a brand new parking garage. They're investing a lot in some of the infrastructure on here, but maybe we'll take a walk by the homeless encampment. Something similar in Baltimore called a shot tower. Extra funny thing is you interned there. Yeah, even when I interned there and my drivers broke on my computer, the team I was on was called the driver integration team. And even the driver integration team was not able to integrate drivers onto my laptop. It was because I had like integrated graphics back then. I was trying to do some like mode switching thing, and they're just like, yeah, this is not supported. Always thought street lights look cool after it rains. Yeah. And now I have a nice stream VOD that I can keep forever. I'm on Windows 10, but I have to get my NVIDIA drivers from the NVIDIA website. Yep, they still, we can put things in outer space, but we still can't figure out how to install NVIDIA drivers. Want to visit Canada, just so far away. It's all right. Is it Google headquarters? Yeah, so that's where Google has their headquarters in the area. They got some prime real estate. Are you going to walk to America? Not tonight. I have to dig up a post-it note of one of my old buddies on his door when he worked in NVIDIA. Somebody left him a threatening post-it note for the NVIDIA driver support. Nice. About 10 years ago. Yep, I can believe it. All right, here's a mostly unused parking lot and an abandoned building that's been abandoned for many years there. The Rumpel-Felt Co. Limited. They've been out of business for a while now. Looks right for dominating. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, you got all that. That's capital right there. You got to allocate that capital. I mean, just look how big that is. Look how many people could live in that place. Like, you could even just put tents in there and live in there. Can never get over how neat and tidy it kind of looks. Try and send me a fix. I'll show you the homeless encampment in a second. Respect to you for your knowledge and engineering skills. Love your videos. Thank you. I don't think NVIDIA deserves 4 trillion. Yeah, they should give me one. I mean, they have 4. Why can't I just have one? All right, there's the homeless encampment. Somebody's got a fire on over there. Nice jacket. Thank you. Oh, battery's getting low. Get a taxi, but then I can't go for a walk. Long walk? Yes. Thanks for the group stroll. No problem. Yeah, the battery's getting low, so it may cut off at some point. If it cuts off abruptly, probably because of the battery going dead. There's some tents. Somebody's got a light on. There's even people out and about tonight over there. Got spooky flashing lights here. How much to buy land? Build a 3,000 square foot studio there. I don't know. That's actually like absolutely prime real estate. I don't know. Almost makes me think that the reason they're letting that there is so that like nobody will build there. Like so that because once that homeless encampment is out there, that's probably going to be the most because it's right by a major transit hub and the Google thing and like the absolute core of downtown Kitchener. So that piece of lot there is going to be one of the most expensive pieces of real estate in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. Assuming that the area rebounds. They did like massive amounts of work here. Like this whole highway area, that bridge right there that's got railroad tracks on it, that used to be the road used to be at the track level, and they spent like 2 years digging under the tracks and like building and rebuilding this whole thing and like building this massive retaining wall and then of course there's transit station, like the Via Rail and the GO train stops over there. And then Google headquarters is just over there. Not in the homeless encampment. That's the happening place. If you had a job at Google, the homeless encampment would be the perfect place to live. Ireland is rioting right now. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. In every country. Do you have any hot takes on car dependency, and if you see Canada moving away from it at all? In the city, like I don't have a car here, but if you live outside of the city, you have to have a car. It's just like, you know, where I grew up, if I was to walk to the grocery store, let's see, how long does it take? It would probably be like a 4-hour walk to the grocery store, and that's on roads that have like no sidewalks or anything, and it's like actually legitimately dangerous to walk on the road because it's washed out in places and stuff. Canada's just so big. I guess it depends if you mean like individual dependency or like general economic dependency. AI is cheaper than hiring a homeless person. That's what you think. How do homeless people survive in winter there? Some of them don't. It's just it's how it is. I actually walked by there. I remember it was like the day before Christmas at like around midnight, and I saw someone in a tent there, and it was like 10 below or something, like shuffling around with a light. It's a rough existence. But on the plus side, we have homelessness, but we also have this scooter program thing. I've never tried one of these. Where are all the girls at? They're hiding safe away from the elements. Don't think an AI robot can survive one day anywhere by itself. Trailblazing 5 says, hello, Robert. How's it going? My city is thinking about banning those scooters. Yeah, they're kind of a weird thing. It's like investors fund these things, and then people just take them all and throw them in the river, and then the companies go bankrupt, and they just seem to keep doing that. And I don't know how it makes sense economically. Yeah, I'm surprised about the helmet too. I don't know, maybe it's a liability thing. I mean, it's weird. There's so many indications that we're living in a low trust society, but then I see stuff like this, and I'm like, you know, am I crazy? Why is this here? Like, this is very close to homeless encampment, so you'd expect that, you know, people would damage this, but, and I think they do. That's why a lot of those companies go bankrupt. Another day at the salt mines. Interesting. Get to work, peasant? It's not very nice. laughed out loud when you said investors fund them and people just throw them in the river. Yeah, I think that is. I mean, you can Google it. I'm not sure what the economics are. Maybe they figured out, I don't know, some innovation to stop people from just destroying them. From what I recall, I think it was the trend actually started in China, where they had a similar program with like bikes and stuff, and then they just made these cheap bikes, and then I think actually there was you can Google this. They had this like bike share program, and then everyone started going to this bike share, and there was a huge like gridlock of bikes in this massive park, and like thousands of people just abandoned the bikes and this big heap, and then they ended up throwing them away or something. It makes me think it might be like part of some kind of financialization or money laundering thing, where like investors get the city to fund it with taxpayer money or something, and so it's profitable to just get the taxpayer to fund the scooter, and then you throw the scooter in the river, and then you just buy another scooter, and you keep doing that until all the tax money is gone. No class conflict in chat. Yep, we have to all get along here, even though our battery is getting even lower. Walk appears calm. Where is it? This is in Kitchener. Doesn't have to make sense economically since it's funded by VC money. Financial engine is the bane of the Western world. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's somehow funded by taxpayers or something. Should have turned it into a monument. I think they just recycled them all. When average dev admin will be able to work with quantum computing. Like how much time, weight, seen top 3 clouds already have it for some scientific purpose. So as each technology becomes popular. It'll be a while. They're a totally different, quantum computers are a totally different thing. Like for an actual quantum computer, it has to be like super cooled and stuff. And I think people haven't even figured out like many good examples of problems where you really need the quantum computer. There's probably some like encryption breaking algorithms that are known, but it's not funded by government here, 100% private. I don't know, I guess maybe they found a way to make it work. Heard the low battery sound in left speaker. Oh, okay. I didn't hear any. Quantum computer is very niche. It is. Let's walk this way. So it's less loud. Decryption is the only thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I don't even know if there's I'm not really sure we have many examples of, at least in like the public sector domain, not military or something, but I don't know if we know of any. Whoa. Oh, a rabbit. 2 rabbits. I don't even know if we know of many examples of specific algorithms that that are practical that would run faster on a quantum computer, because they keep finding examples, and then someone will find a way to, like, a faster algorithm. Oh, I heard a bad sound. Battery's probably dying. What did the chat say? Cute tail? Rabbit stew. I couldn't catch him, unfortunately, so no rabbit stew tonight. Don't chase the whitetail. Is that a euphemism? Euphemism or something?